Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Today is Tuesday, 30th day of January 2024. This is the voice of Turkey's English language transmission broadcasting from Ankara in the 22-meter band between 1330 and 1430 UTC on 13635 kHz to Europe. You can listen to us over the Turksat 3A and 4A satellites and on the internet at www.trt.net.tr through the Voice of Turkey link. Our email address is englishdesk@trt.net.tr. Following the news and the review of the Turkish press, the Voice of Turkey will present our feature programs and some music. But first, the news. Israeli soldiers describe themselves as doctors, nurses, and civilians raided early Tuesday a hospital in Jenin City, northern part of the occupied West Bank, killing 3 Palestinians, including 2 brothers with gun silencers. 10 personnel of Israeli special forces dressed in doctor and nurse uniforms, as well as ordinary civilians brandishing automatic guns, raided the Ibn Sina hospital and used silencers to kill 3 youths, the official Palestinian news agency Wafa reported, citing sources in the hospital. The 3 slain Palestinians are identified as Mohammed and Basil al-Ghazavi and Mohammed Jalamna, with 25-year-old Basil receiving medical treatment in the hospital when Israeli soldiers attacked, the news agency said. In a viral video posted on the social media platform X, Israeli soldiers are seen brandishing guns and terrorizing staff and patients inside the hospital. One of the soldiers, dressed entirely in black, can be seen forcing a Palestinian to drop to his knees with his hands raised. Panic was visible among those inside the hospital when Israeli soldiers entered with guns in their hands and appeared to be screaming at the patients. Palestinian Health Minister Mai Al-Khaila urged the UN and international rights groups to put an end to Israel's daily crimes in Gaza and the West Bank, as well as to protect Palestinian health institutions from attacks. The Palestinian groups in Jenin have called for a general strike to protest the killing of Palestinians. Tensions have been high across the West Bank since fighting broke out in Gaza on October 7th between Palestinian groups and Israel. According to Palestinian Health Ministry, more than 380 Palestinians have been killed by Israeli forces in the West Bank since October 7th, with over 4,000 injured. A special Pakistani court has sentenced former Prime Minister Imran Khan to 10 years for exposing official secrets, his party said. The special court, established under the Official Secrets Act, announced its verdict on Tuesday, handing Khan and his ally, ex-Foreign Minister Shah Mahmoud Qureshi, to 10 years in jail in the cipher case, Dawn reported. The court was established to hear what popularly became to be known as the cipher case, which was filed against Khan under the Official Secrets Act of 1923 and alleged that he divulged the contents of the diplomatic cable sent in 2022 from Pakistan's Washington mission to Islamabad. The former Prime Minister claimed the diplomatic cable contained proof that his ouster from power in parliamentary no-transfer in April last year was part of a U.S. conspiracy to remove him and included threats against his government. Israel's hardline finance minister, Bezalel Smotrich, said his religious Zionist party would not agree to halt the war in Gaza and called for Israeli military rule of the enclave. Smotrich made the statement during a meeting with the party at the Knesset, Israel's parliament, according to the local Channel 12. He said, halting the war in Gaza for 2 months would allow the Palestinian resistance group Hamas to restore its governance. His comments came in reaction to reports in Israeli media that Israel and Hamas were close to reaching a ceasefire deal under which a 2-month ceasefire would take effect and a prisoner swap would occur. There will be Israeli military rule in Gaza because it's agreed upon by all of us, Smotrich said in an interview with Channel 12 on Saturday. He also spoke out against the United Nations Relief and Works Agency for Palestine Refugees in the Near East, UNRWA, saying it must be kicked out of Gaza and the occupied West Bank. The Turkish Foreign Minister Hakan Fidan completed his official contacts in Albania and traveled to Bulgaria as part of his tour to 3 countries, namely Albania, Bulgaria, and Romania. Fidan first met in the Bulgarian capital Sofia Mustafa Karadayı, who was about to hand over the chairmanship position at the Movement for Rights and Freedoms. Fidan also met co-chairs of the party, Cevdet Çakırov and Delyan Pivski. As part of his contacts, Turkey's top diplomat hired the Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister of Bulgaria, Maria Gabriel. Fidan will also be received by President Rumen Radev and Prime Minister Nicolae Denko. Fidan will travel to Romania on Wednesday. Bilateral ties and matters of regional and international concern are some of the items on Fidan's agenda during his official visit.
And the English language broadcast of the Voice of Turkey.
French farmers have begun choking off major motorways around Paris, threatening to blockade the capital in an intensifying standoff with the government's overworking conditions. Protesting farmers began to block motorways at 2 p.m. local time on Monday, starting at the A13 to the west of the capital and the A4 to the east, reporters said. In recent weeks, there have been a slew of protests in the European Union's largest agriculture-producing country by farmers angry about incomes, red tape, and environmental policies they say undermine their ability to compete with less stringent countries. Farmers said their objective was to establish 8 choke points on major roads into Paris. In recent weeks, farmers' protests have grown in Belgium, Germany, Poland, Italy, Romania, and the Netherlands. Elon Musk, entrepreneur and the founder of American neurotechnology company Neuralink, announced on Monday on X that the first human received an implant from Neuralink. Musk also said the subject was recovering well and that initial results showed promising neurospike detection. The first Neuralink product is called telepathy, and it enables control of one's phone or computer and through them almost any device just by thinking, Musk added. Initial users will be those who have lost the use of their limbs. Imagine if Stephen Hawking would communicate faster than a speed typist or auctioneer. That is the goal, Musk also wrote on X. Neuralink received U.S. Food and Drug Administration clearance for its first in-human clinical trial in May. The chips, which were initially tested on monkeys, successfully interpreted the signals in the brain and transmitted them to connected devices. In 2016, Musk co-founded Neuralink to integrate the human brain with artificial intelligence by creating devices embedded in the brain to facilitate its merging with machines. It is building devices that have the potential to help people with paralysis, the company says on its website. Turkey's first astronaut, Alper Gezeravcı, conducted his 9th experiment Monday on the International Space Station. The study is an important step towards analyzing the responses of astronauts' immune systems under microgravity and investigating the effects of long-term space missions, the Turkish Space Agency said on X. The METHOD experiment, developed by Istanbul's Üsküdar University using CRISPR gene engineering methods, seeks to identify genes whose functions have not yet been discovered and to determine which immune cells will be directly affected by gravity during space missions. Gezeravcı will perform 4 more studies on the ISS, which will pave the way for Turkey's future endeavors. The AX-3 mission with Gezeravcı on board launched on January 18th from NASA's Kennedy Space Center in Florida on a Falcon 9 rocket of private space company SpaceX and later docked with the International Space Station. The 4-person vehicle team will perform more than 30 scientific experiments during their 2-week stay. And that was the news brought to you by the Voice of Turkey.